The hate army troll.
It's the hate army,
bro. The hate army.
Shout out to hate.
Good vibes to the
Shout
hate
out to
army.
hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out
Shout
for
out to
hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out for
Shout
hate.
out for hate.
So, having a good time so far, in Armored Core 6, okay? However, I started hearing some hilarious things, all right? So, I had a great stream, great progress. We ended up fighting a boss that apparently a lot of people had issue with. It's called the Sea Star. It kicked my ass the first time, but then I kind of adjusted to it, and I beat it on the second try. Kept going, and we got almost through all of Chapter 3. We had a cool 2v1 AC fight, where two ACs were fighting me at once, and then we had a special AC fight where I had one weak point. You had to hit it, and it wasn't vulnerable anywhere else, and you had to kind of focus in on that weak point. It was pretty neat. I had a good time with the game yesterday. So I finished my stream. Everything's good, right? After the fact, I start seeing people tweet. Well, I guess is it even called tweeting anymore? Who knows? And also leaving comments on the videos. Oh, isn't it funny how Phil knew the optimal build for the Sea Star boss? And I'm like, how did I know the optimal build? I'm like, wait a minute. The build I'm using is dual miniguns and this dual rocket launchers. And this was explained or suggested to me like 2 streams ago by someone. They had said that this was a build they were using. They really liked it. So later on in the game, if I have the ability to use it, I should try it. So I already had one minigun. I liked it, but it was starting to run out of ammo. I bought dual miniguns. This is actually how I ended my last stream, dual miniguns. And again, I liked them, but they kept running out of ammo. So I needed to upgrade my missiles regardless. I was using plasma missiles, and those aren't very good. They're only good for, like, stunning, but they're not very good for damage output. So I was like, I got to upgrade my missiles anyway. So, I basically was going along with a suggestion of a viewer from, like, 2 different streams ago. And then I used it. I was like, wow, this is really good. It worked really well. Okay, I'll keep going or rolling with it for the stream. That doesn't mean I'm going to use it for the rest of the playthrough. It just means I'm going to use it for the stream or whatever. Then you get people complaining, oh, you see, he already knows the optimal builds. What are you talking about? It was a viewer-suggested build from 2 streams ago, and I just happened to use it. I mean, I was using tons of builds during this playthrough so far, so I don't get what you're saying. Then I start getting comments on videos. Oh, see, Phil copied Asmongold because Asmongold used the dual minigun, dual missile launcher build his whole playthrough, and Phil obviously watches Asmongold and just copies everything he does. Isn't it funny? Because previously, also when he played Elden Ring, he had an Asmongold build. And I'm like, you guys gotta understand something, all right? I don't watch other streamers. I do not. If I ever watch another streamer, I'm watching them play a game after I've played it already. I never watch another streamer play a game ahead of me because I don't want to spoil myself, ever, all right? I have not literally ever seen a moment of Asmongold playthrough. Not once. The little bit I saw was when he was talking about me while playing Diablo 4, so I just inadvertently saw him play some Diablo 4 when I was listening to what he had to say about me, and I literally paid no attention to his gameplay. I was just listening to what he had to say about me. You see? So, I didn't pay any attention to this nonsense. I don't know what you're talking about. But this is what I mean. Like, people are always out to take anything that's going on with me and kind of discredit it or make an excuse for it. It's toxic behavior. It's incredibly disgusting, cult-like toxic behavior. Phil can never do well at a game. It's always because he's cheating or because someone held his hand or whatever. In this case, there was a suggested build by a viewer 2 streams ago. I remembered they had mentioned that, and I was kind of working toward it. By the way, I've done other things. I've tried other builds. People are now suggesting a tank build. They think that the tank build is actually the ideal build for the game, and that the tank build will help a lot with bosses, so I might try that. I also upgraded my body and my head and my arms and other things as well yesterday. I wasn't told to do that. I'm doing things naturally you would do in the game. So, I don't get where this comes from, except, people just want to talk shit about Phil, as usual, right? It goes exactly along in line with actually what happened on last night's late stream, which we'll talk about too. So anyway, I had a great time with Armored Core 6 yesterday. It looks like we're at the end of Chapter 3. From what I'm being told, there's 5 chapters, 41 missions, but you can't do them all because certain missions are choice missions. We have to decide to do one way or the other. So I'm not sure exactly how many missions you have to play through to beat the game, but it looks like we're nearing the end of Chapter 3, and I'm about 9 hours in. Some people have said on average the game's around 20 hours long. I don't know. It seems like I might be turboing through it a little bit. Maybe I'm getting lucky. I mean, it could be. It could be because people help me with Baltius, and it could be because I'm getting lucky with certain builds or whatever, that I'm kind of going through faster than other people. And that's fine. I wasn't aware that there was like a measuring stick or a competition when it comes to how fast you play a single-player video game. I just wasn't aware of that. You know, I guess people love to do it with FromSoft games, but I'm just enjoying the game. I don't know what's the problem with that, right? I'm not saying, oh, I'm so much better than everybody else. When did I say that? I made a joke after I beat Baltius because I was dressed up like Bender. And I made a joke about beating it like Bender, and haha, I beat him and you suck because I'm dressed like Bender and I beat Baltius. It's a joke. That's the problem, is I also can't, I'm not allowed to joke, which we're going to talk about also in a moment, okay? So anyway, Armored Core 6 continues, and I'm having a great time with it, okay? Then on the late stream last night, it was Street Fighter 6 ranked gameplay with E Honda. Now, I had just hit 5-star Diamond E Honda the last time I played with him. It has been a rough climb. Unlike with Blanca, where for the most part, I have absolutely climbed at an accelerated pace. I've been getting win streaks. I've been doing really well. My Blanca gameplay has improved over time, and I'm adding in new strategies. I'm doing, you know, better combos and different things. You know, with Honda, admittedly, I would say my Honda is good, but definitely not top level. The top Hondas I watch are insane. Like, the stuff they can do on reaction is nuts, and the execution they have is so good, and my execution just isn't there. My execution, I'm dropping combos all the time that would win me matches and stuff. So it's been a rough climb, but I've made it. And here we are, E Honda, on the face of getting Master, which I never had before. The highest I had on Xbox was 3-star Diamond. Then I switched to PS5. So, you know, I didn't know how well it was going to go. I was very curious how well I would do last night. And I outright told you guys I didn't feel like I was actually going to get Master with E Honda. I didn't think I was going to hit it. I was like, I think I'm going to basically... I'm basically going to, you know, die a lot and probably go on losing streaks. So I'll gain points, then lose points, then gain points, then lose points. And it's probably going to be frustrating, but I think we'll get there eventually. I told you, maybe 2 more 3 streams. So as I'm playing last night, yeah, there was a pattern. Anytime I fought a Jury just spanks Honda. All her normal stuff is moves. She can throw right through everything he does. It's insanely hard to beat her, okay? You know what I had problems with last night? Jamie. I actually think Jamie beats E Honda. I think that these Jamie players have learned a way to stay at mid-range and kind of stuff all his moves or bait his moves. And I was fighting a few Jamies who were kicking my ass, admittedly. But then again, I think there's other characters that aren't so good against E Honda. So I kind of had like a mixed bag result. I did get a few win streaks. But then I was funny because I was getting very close to hitting Master. And then all of a sudden, losing streak again. I lost all the points I had earned. I was like, oh, it was really like a roller coaster ride last night. It was like, yes, oh no, yes, oh shit. There were some good sets where basically I would lose the first fight close. I would win the second fight close, and then the third one would be like a nail biter, but then I would win it. So I was winning more than I was losing for sure, okay? But it was slow. So finally we had hit the time when normally I would have been quitting, and I was like, nah, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep pushing. And I even fought a couple of Master rank players. I beat a Master Dalsim very convincingly. So it's funny because someone's like, yeah, is this not evidence that a lot of people who are now hitting Master have just played the same character since the game came out, and even though they have losing records, they grinded to Master? And I guess so, because that Dalsim didn't know diddly dick about Honda. He got spanked, and I got tons of points for beating him. So anyway, we finally get to the end, and by the end of the night, I stayed an extra half an hour. We had an epic set against a Jamie. I win it, and then yes, I did it. I hit Master with Honda. All right, so I was proud of myself. By the way, here's the ratio. It was 40 wins, 29 losses, 58% win-loss ratio. Got him to Master. Overall, now I have 2,605 wins, 1,689 losses for still a 61% win-loss ratio. In Street Fighter 6. Still a very good win-loss ratio, which I'm happy with. That's a really good ratio. And, you know, now, immediately people start asking, well, when are you playing Master matches? And I'm like, wait, what? Like, hold on a second. I just spent a month grinding with Blanca and Honda exclusively on PS5 to get them to Master. I had to go all the way from the bottom of Platinum to Master, and now you want more of them? Like, aren't you bored? I'm fucking bored. Like, I've only played the same characters for a month. I definitely want to play with other characters now for variety purposes. I think it would be more relaxing, more refreshing to play with a different character than the same character I just grinded with endlessly for, you know, if you take a look at the number of matches, okay? For example, Blanca, it took me like 14 or 13 sessions to get him to Master on Xbox. It took me 5 sessions to get him to Master on PlayStation 5. So that's huge difference, right? Huge increase in skill level there, I would say. It actually only took me, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it took me 6 sessions to get my Honda to Master on PS5. Okay? So that's a huge improvement from what I was doing, you know, when I was learning the game versus now getting better. But I'm not saying I never want to play with them again. Absolutely. They're in Master now. Whenever I play, I have a chance to play against pro players. I have a chance to play against tons of great players and learn the game at an even higher level. But I'm burnt out on those characters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am. I'm tired of playing with them for a freaking month straight. I need to give them a rest. So now what we need to do uniquely is try to figure out, what do I want to do next in the game? And my answer is, I want to play with a character who maybe I was using, but I dropped for a while, and I want to go back to them. I mean, namely, I'm thinking Luke is a character that I did really well with zero skill and practice and even knowledge. I just jumped right into using the character, and I was getting wins. I was hanging with diamond ranked players with Luke. And I feel like I could do that if I play a little bit more with him and I learn the basics of Luke. I could probably do really well with Luke. So I'm thinking maybe he's my next character, or Lily. Because Lily was a character I was already doing decent with on Xbox, and I was getting better with her, and I feel like I could do better if I practice with her. So I would say Luke or Lily are the next two that I would want to check out. I'm not sure exactly who yet. I'm debating in my head, like, who do I want to go to, Luke or Lily? They're both kind of interesting characters to me. Keep in mind, I've literally not played a single ranked match with either of them on PlayStation. So it'd be starting over, doing the ranked matches and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know yet. We got to think about it, because I'm doing Street Fighter tomorrow night. Yeah, tomorrow night, my final stream of this week is Street Fighter 6. And what I likely will do is, whichever character we think about today and we determine, is it going to be Luke or Lily tomorrow, I'll probably watch some gameplay of them tonight. And then do a couple casual matches just to get back into the groove, and then do my placement matches tomorrow night and see how we do. In this case, if I get ranked in like Platinum, I don't care. Like, these are characters that I'm not good with. I need significant time to grind with them to get better. It's not like Blanca that I was already goddamn Master, and the game's placings are so stupid, they put me into low Platinum. I mean, that was asinine and dumb and mouth-droolingly badly programmed. In this case, I don't really care where they place me, because I need to practice with these characters regardless, you see? So, let's see what happens. But let's talk about it today. By the end of today, we need to make a determination, and then tomorrow it'll either be Luke or Lily in Street Fighter 6, okay? Now, what's funny about all of this is, you know, that was last night. Had a great time. Posted up the gameplay. And that was, you know, I'm relaxing with my wife or whatever. It's like the end of the night. And, you know, I decide to, check the comments and approve comments on all my videos at the time. Okay, let's approve comments. Let's do that. So I go to do it, and I start seeing comments on my video for you know, the Honda stuff. And it's basically, you know, you get the idiot trolls who are trying to be shitty and stupid. And then someone actually left a really nice comment. And I actually posted it both on my Twitter and on my channel page here on DSP Gaming. And I don't have it. I didn't screen cap it. It was pretty dumb. But I'm just going to kind of read it. Someone left this comment on the video where I hit Master Rank with Honda. He said, "Yes, sir. Hard work pays off. It's crazy how other channels will just post your L's and your rage, but no progression or any of your wins. Congrats on getting Master Rank." To which I responded, "Thank you for saying it." And I gave a thumbs up, and I like faved the post or whatever. And this is very true, because I am not part of the FGC. All right. I don't strive to be. All right. As you guys know. All right. Because I'm not focused on Street Fighter as my primary thing, okay? I don't have FGC support. I don't have many people or any people really in the FGC who follow me, okay? I'm a fringe guy. I'm on the edges. But if anything, what I've shown is that just what I've said over the years is absolutely true. If I commit the time and the effort to becoming good at a fighting game, I can be good at a fighting game again. And I think I've now proven that in Street Fighter 6, taking not one but 2 characters to master on multiple consoles. I've shown that I have skill even in a modern fighting game. I'm not some scrub, all right? And if I actually dedicated more time, I probably would even get even better. Yes, I can tell you right now, if I chose to sacrifice time of my private life here to travel and play in Street Fighter tournaments, I would probably do well in Street Fighter tournaments, okay? The thing is, I don't want to. I've already told you guys, I have no aspirations to become a pro fighting game player, anything like that. I don't. I just want to play the games and cover them for you guys, and I want to show that I still have skill. So at least when I'm playing these games, there's a reason to listen to some of my opinions because I kind of know what I'm talking about. I mean, I was only right the entire fucking time about Street Fighter V, and no one wanted to acknowledge it then, but now that Street Fighter 6 is out, everyone says Street Fighter V sucks like I said all along. Kind of funny, huh? Anyway, the point I'm making here is, unlike other people in the FGC, I don't get a dogpiling of support or attaboys or anything. I mean, I have my small group of viewers who've enjoyed watching me play Street Fighter 6 and supported it, and then I get my insanely large army of moronic cult-like trolls who only will focus on the negative. So if I'm playing Street Fighter 6 and I'm calling out bullshit, like, wow, those top tiers really destroy Honda. Everything they do counter hits him. Everything they do stuffs his moves. It's so hard to play with this character at a top level and get into master compared to, say, Blanca, who is way easier, right? So I say that, and all they do is they highlight the toxic shit. They don't highlight the fact that I went on a win streak. They don't show the moments where I'm perfectly counter hitting, where I'm doing mix-ups, where I'm coming back, where I'm doing great stuff. They won't ever highlight that stuff. They'll only highlight the one time that I got spanked by someone, or the time when I raged and I punched my joystick because I was so pissed because 5 matches in a row a combo dropped and it cost me the match, right? That's what they focus on. And that's what people see, because people are idiots. People are gullible, moronic idiots who love drama. And anyone who focuses on that shit, shame on fucking you. Because if you don't know the truth of the matter because you're a lazy idiot who only watches focused drama crap, you are dumb. And you're just part of the fucking problem that propagates toxicity on YouTube. You don't understand that those highlights are not real. It's the same thing that people used to do with This Is How You Don't Play. Only highlight the moments of weakness, the moments of frailty, the moments of mistakes, the dumb things that are dumb. But what about the entire picture? There's a big picture here, and if you don't actually look at the big picture, you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, but you still believe it's fact. The same thing the dumb fuck side-scrollers did during their interview with me, where all they did to research me was listen to haters and hater videos and hater junk. Did they watch a single piece of my real content? No. Did they actually talk to my fans and viewers on why you would like my content? No. Did they ask anyone the truth of the matter, or did they just believe every single thing that was told to them that was dramatic? And then turn that into capitalization for personal gain over and over and over. That's what they all do on the internet. None of these people are fucking smart. They're just greedy. That let me make drama content. Let me only focus on trash so that I can get clickbait views and become popular and get money on YouTube from dumb fuck people. It's a vicious cycle that's getting worse and worse, and it's becoming all of YouTube now. It's fucking pathetic. And if anyone out there, if you see people doing it, those are pathetic fucking people. Really. So. Thank you. CJ says 10 minutes till we try messaging the bot again. Thanks. I'll try again in 10 minutes. Please remind me. Thank you. Okay. So anyway, thank you to the person who sent me the nice message. Now, hilariously, this morning, I'm just on Twitter checking for news. We have a few news articles to talk about today. And there's a post, of course, from one of my detractor idiots saying, I have clipped the moment where Phil told someone who says that they're suffering from depression that, hey, at least they're not playing Honda and Street Fighter, okay? It's hilarious because this moronic idiot, this mouth drooler, clipped a moment out of context on my stream, acting as if it's something that's real. Okay? So what happened was there was someone on stream last night who came by and said that they were feeling depressed. And they tagged me in the chat. Now, I'm playing ranked Street Fighter 6 with Honda trying to hit Master. What the fuck does that have to do with the stream? Nothing. It's a blatant attempt to derail the stream. You're not going to come to a Street Fighter 6 ranking stream to get advice on depression. It's not going to happen. This person is obviously doing this to derail the stream to try to distract me. It's a very common tactic that people do, especially when I play Street Fighter. Let's try to bring up unrelated topics and controversy and dumb shit so that Phil can get his mind rattled and he fucks up. It happens all the time, okay? So how do I respond to it? I'll tell you how I respond to it with a joke. I'm not going to be serious about it. I said, I'm really sorry to hear you're not feeling good, right? Hopefully you feel a little better after you watch me play Street Fighter 6. Hey, at least you're not grinding in this game with Honda. Look how hard it is to get wins at this level with Honda. It's like a nightmare, and it would just make you feel worse, right? So it's a joke. And everyone watching the stream knows that, but these fucking morons will take a clip out of context and say, see, Phil is actually trying to give real advice on depression. What a horrible person. This is his take on depression. Hey, stupid, I have depression, you dumb fuck. I actually have it. I know what it feels like, all right? So if I know what it is, do you think I'm going to give bad advice about fucking depression? I didn't give the guy any advice. I made a joke about Street Fighter 6. You're a fucking idiot. Get fucked, you stupid loser who thinks you know anything about anything in real fucking life. You know nothing. You're the epitome of a waste of life to try to take an out of context clip and say that I said something bad about depression when I fucking have it. Get fucked, really. No, really. Go fuck yourself. You're a loser. You have no power over anyone on this planet. If you disappeared today, no one would care. That's the truth of the matter. So go make as many clips as you fucking want with your loser circle. Okay, so that's what I mean. When all people do is they take the negative out of context, or they do whatever they can to make you look bad, that's what happens. So what they'll do is they'll take what I just said, that clip I just did, and they'll take it out of context. And they'll say, you see, well, why did Phil say that? Oh, it doesn't matter why he said it, but here's what he said. Right? I said it because someone did something incredibly heinous. Someone did something incredibly nasty. Something so bad. And they do it every day, by the way. This is not just a serious situation. This is bullshit. And they do it every day. And they deserve to be treated like that. They do. Because people like that should never be treated with respect. Because they don't treat anyone else with respect. They need to be downgraded to what they really are. The scum at the bottom of the fucking barrel of YouTube. That's how they should be addressed every time you address them. They should be talked down to because they don't deserve anyone's time. You understand? So stop paying attention to bullshit, right? And thank you to a nice person who actually said, you know, I've actually watched all the gameplay. You really worked your ass off to get up to master level. That should be respected. You're actually good at Street Fighter 6. But how many people say that? One. How many idiots talk shit about me in Street Fighter 6? Thousands. Because they're dumb. There's too many dumb people on Earth. And, you know, it's depressing. You want to know what's depressing? That's depressing. The fact that there's that many dumb asses on Earth who are just happy to revel in misery and toxicity, whether it's real or not, if it's manufactured, they still don't care. This is their life, to sit there and just shit on other people. What a worthless existence. If all those people disappeared overnight, this planet would actually be more a positive place. But they don't get that. They don't understand that they need to turn their lives around and become better people because people allow them and promote and give them a level of success that they don't deserve. This website itself, YouTube, has degraded itself down to the toxic levels of drama constantly for nothing. For what? For money? So ruin the internet for money. Wow, that sounds like a great idea. You know, when I started on YouTube, everyone was positive and excited. Wow, there's free content on the internet. People playing games and showing their passion for something, and it's free. And every day I can just come to YouTube and turn on a YouTube channel and watch a bunch of people having passion for whatever they do: singing, dancing, art, literature, musical instruments, or art, or a craft, or a forte. Maybe they're a guru with something. You could talk about politics and religion, and it was welcomed instead of controversial. You could play video games and show how your love for games and everything. People loved it. Today it's like, no matter what, we have to just destroy everyone and be a toxic idiot just to make money. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? But that's life, I guess, right? I'm still here. I'm happy to still have a positive audience that loves what I do. It's just sad that the audience is so small compared to the amount of morons out there who just like the toxic nonsense that's made up on a daily basis. Because the truth is, yes, I do get angry at Street Fighter 6. Absolutely. But if you listen to the things I say when I'm angry, they're truthful. The top tiers are broken. They're way overpowered compared to the rest of the cast. It's very hard to use a non-top tier against the top tier because the top tiers have all the advantages. It's just a truthful fact about Street Fighter 6. Usually it's like that with every fighting game. And if I'm angry because I'm losing to it, I'm going to call it out. All right? There's nothing wrong with that. If someone's just literally mashing a pattern online, I have the right to criticize their gameplay and say they suck. Because they do. They're not good. When I played actual known ranked players who were great players from tournaments, I called it out and said, they're amazing. They actually outplayed me in a massive way, and I really respected them. Versus a moron going, duh, playing a pattern over and over. You can't do anything about it because the character's overpowered. That's valid criticism of the game. Just because you're an idiot who doesn't understand the game doesn't make my criticism invalid. It just makes you an idiot. Okay? Yeah, I get angry and I get heated, I get agitated. My adrenaline levels go up. People enjoy seeing that. But that doesn't mean I'm not good at Street Fighter. In fact, it means the opposite. It means I'm angry because I'm good at Street Fighter, and it pisses me off that I lose to bullshit. But then, when I'm hitting multiple master ranks, that doesn't matter, right? Oh, none of that doesn't mean anything, right? No, fuck you. You don't mean nothing to me or anyone else who has a brain in their fucking head between their two ears. You and your group of losers can keep being losers until you have a valid point. We're all still waiting. Really, we're all still waiting for your point. You haven't had one yet. Your points are just nonsensical things that you repeat ad nauseum like a bunch of parrots or sheep because you're so dumb. Just a bunch of dumbest people, the dumbest bottom of the barrel people on the planet, all circle jerking each other off on the internet. Nobody cares about you. So, all that being said, we're done with Honda and Blanca for now. We're going to go back at master level at some point. But now we got to determine Lily or Luke for tomorrow, so let's start talking about that. Okay? Cool. All right. Today, let's now talk about the schedule for the rest of the week. And by the way, it's only a couple minutes till I check out the bot again to try to get my refund. Today,
I am gay.
better not to respond to it, serious or not, avoid controversial and sensitive topics. Of course, he's talking about me addressing the nonsense about me. Every once in a while, I'll address it. You know me, I'm not going to harp on it. I'm not going to waste a lot of time on it. But these idiots, every once in a while, every once in a while they bring it up, and I felt, especially in particular with the nonsense last night with the Street Fighter stuff, I wanted to at least bring it up, let everyone know, don't believe the nonsense. These people are fucking idiots, okay? Mary G did a super chat and says, listen to this, don't listen to anyone, your relevancy end in 2005. Are you saying don't listen to anyone who says your relevancy ended in 2005? And that's what they're trying to say, because this is in regards to the fighting game argument. The fighting game argument is that the only time I was ever relevant in fighting games was 2005 when I got 4th place at EVO. And since then, nothing has ever mattered. Actually, the actual fight goes, or the line of reasoning goes further than that. They say that even 2005 didn't matter. That it was a bad version of the game and that didn't matter either. But again, when you erase an entire portion of history, when you say, okay, 2005 was the only time you ever placed or mattered, but did you look at tournament results for all the years after that? How I won multiple EVO qualifiers, how I was placing everywhere I went. Seriously, for 2-3 years in Super Turbo or any version of Super Turbo, I was dominating the entire US tournament scene. Did you see that I was running major tournaments at that time? Like, what are you talking about? I was prominent for like a 4 or 5 year span. I was dominant and prominent in the American tournament scene for Street Fighter. But they want to ignore that like it never existed because it doesn't fit their narrative. Their narrative is Phil sucks at everything, was never good, and anything that you say good about him in fighting games is a lie or an exaggeration is bullshit. The evidence is there. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Alright, Dragon Lord Gusidisax just did a super chat. He says, Starfield gets so good. Did you get my super thanks? I did, and I favorited it, and I responded to it. Whenever I get a super thanks on a video, first of all, I wonder how many people even know what that is. A super thanks is when you're watching an on-demand video on a YouTube channel, and that channel is enabled in the YouTube Partner Program, and you want to basically contribute to that channel, but you're not live on a stream, you can do a super thanks on the video. So it means you basically get a big highlighted message on the video where you could contribute. So in this case, I think it was like a $2 super thanks, and he wanted to say, you know, good job or whatever. And so I thanked him. I favorited it, I thumbed it up, and I responded and said thank you. And I do that on all super thanks that I get on videos. I very rarely get any. I mean, I'll get like once a month. Seriously, like once a month I'll get a super thanks, if that. So, but when I notice it, I always am grateful and I give a shout out for it. All right, 99.9999% of my contributions come in on streams. It's very rare that I would get a super thanks on a video. If you're someone who watches all my content on demand, you can do that. If you just love this podcast and this is all you watch, you can leave a super thanks on this video as a way of saying thanks, and it helps. I'm telling you. If people use this more often, it would help a lot. It's just that no one talks about it, no one promotes it, no one even knows it exists, but it's a great way to support a content creator. Now, for what I'm seeing, no tips have come in yet today. All right? Now, if someone says they tipped me, I don't have the message. All right? I didn't get it. So, let me know if I need to check manually, but so far no tips. Never mind. I just refreshed and a tip appeared. A tip appeared like as soon as I said that. Holy crap. Okay. So let's see here. It's a troll. Well, you know what? As much as it being a troll, and I could just ignore it, at least I know it works. So there you go. All right. Hank, I already addressed this multiple times. You should probably listen to the podcast. I'm not going to... Hank is saying, master means nothing because there's people with 25% win ratio who are still master players. I know. I already talked about that on the podcast. Did I not tell you? I already knew that there's someone with 20% win-loss ratio who's a master rank. I already know. People found it. Basically, it's all about grinding. However, the difference is I track my win-loss ratio. It's 61%. As I said, it took me 5 sessions. No, 4 sessions with Blanca. No. 5 sessions with Blanca, 6 sessions with Honda to get to master, while it took some people, 4 months to get to master. That's the difference. That's the true test of mettle and skill. I literally started on PS5 a month ago, and in 1 month, I'm master with 2 characters. That's the truth of how you judge someone's skill, not just because they hit master. I mean, take a look. I played that Dalsim last night. I was doing that. Spanking. It was a royal spanking. I was playing a 60,000 fight point Marisa. The only reason the Marisa beat me, I dropped my combos. I had that Marisa beat multiple times and kept dropping my combos that would have run the round. So, you're right. Just simply hitting master doesn't mean anything, but I've been tracking my stats all along to back up everything I'm saying. Okay? Okay, let's continue.
Tipping me helps me more than anything.